Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. So in this video we are going to discuss the module 2 of Design of Machine Elements 1 of Kerala Technological University. So basically the most important thing in module 2 is theories of failure. So there are so many theories of failure. So we want to discuss each one by one and to get familiar in data book where these equations are lying. So I'll discuss one by one. So first one is when a material is subjected to a single type of stress, maybe axial, torsion or bending, it is very easy to predict when the failure is likely to be. ഒരു മെറ്റീരിയൽ ഒരു ടൈപ്പ് സ്ട്രെസ് മാത്രമേ ആക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളൂ എങ്കിൽ അവിടെ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന ഫെയിലിയർ നമുക്ക് പ്രെഡിക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. ഇഫ് ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ആക്സിയൽ ഓർ ടോർഷൻ ഓർ ബെൻഡിങ്. But when it comes in combination of axial and torsion or bending, or the combination of three axial, torsion or bending, it is very difficult to predict when the material will fail. So here there are so many theories based on which we can predict how material can fail. So basically there are two different types of failure are there. First one is yielding or elastic failure or ductile fracture, or second one is brittle fracture. So ductile fracture is nothing. In ductile fracture, the elastic failure result in excessive deformation so that component can no longer perform the intended function. In ductile fracture, when we apply load, it result in plastic deformation. Okay. In ductile fracture നമ്മൾ ലോഡ് കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് ഡിഫോർമേഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പെർമനൻറ്റ് ഡിഫോർമേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാകുന്നു. തൽഫലമായിട്ട് it cannot withstand the load or it cannot perform the intended function. As a result, the material will fail. So in case of brittle fracture, what happened is there is no excessive plastic deformation. The fracture occur and the component break into two or more three parts. The main difference in ductile and brittle fracture is ductile fracture is predictable, right? We can see the symptoms. Crack is forming, crack is propagating, excessive plastic deformation, everything we can see in ductile fracture. But in case of brittle fracture, there is no excessive plastic deformation. The failure occurs sudden. There is no sign of failure. ഓക്കെ, ഡക്റ്റൈൽ ഫ്രാക്ചറിനകത്ത് അവിടെ ഒരു പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് ഡിഫോർമേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാകും. അവിടെ ആ പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് ഡിഫോർമേഷൻ ഉണ്ടായിട്ട് അതിന് ലോഡ് വിസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റാത്തൊരു കണ്ടീഷൻ വരുമ്പോൾ അത് ഫെയിൽ ആകും. പക്ഷേ ബ്രിട്ടിൽ ഫ്രാക്ചറിനകത്ത് ആ രീതിയിലൊരു പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് ഡിഫോർമേഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പെർമനൻറ്റ് ഡിഫോർമേഷൻ അവിടെ ഉണ്ടാകില്ല. ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ഫെയിൽ അറ്റ് എ ലോഡ്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ബേസിക്കലി കുറച്ച് തിയറീസ് ഉണ്ട് ഈ ഫെയിലിയേഴ്സിനെ പ്രിഡിക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. സോ ഇൻ examination point of view, you will be given a question and asked to solve or asked to find the failure limit or dimension of the material based on the one or two theories. So that theory will be mentioned in the question. So basically you need to know what is this theory and where the equation of these theories lies in the data book. That is the only thing you need to know. So the theories one by one. First of all, I will show data book where these equations are lying. Okay, so you take page number 21. Okay, take page number 21 and the first theory is, see, the first theory is maximum normal stress theory or Rankine theory. In that theory, the yield stress is equal to this one. This formula is given. No need of by hearting this formula. You just understand in which page where this formula is lying. Okay. And the second theory, maximum strain theory or strain valence theory. Equations given here. just understand or familiarize where the equation is lying. Okay, that's the main thing. Next theory is maximum shear stress theory or gust theory. The equation is given below. And the next one is Henke von Mises theory. Equation is given below. And last one is total strain energy theory or Hague theory, and equation is given below. So the most important thing is we need to know where this equation is lying. So take the page number 21 and page number 22 of the data book and see and familiarize these equations. Okay, it's very important in the examination point of view. You will be asked to solve a problem based on one or two theories of failure. That is a sure question. Okay. So I will just explain one by one what are the theories of failure. Okay. First one is maximum normal stress theory or principal stress theory or Rankine theory. Okay. According to this theory, the failure of a machine component subjected to combined action of normal and shear stress. Combined action of normal and shear stress occur when the maximum principal stress of the component must be equal to the elastic strength. Maximum principal stress is sigma 1 is equal to elastic strength is sigma E or sigma Y. The equation is given in the data book. You need not to by heart the equation. Just understand what the theory is and where the equation is lying in the data book. So equation is written here. So if we consider the factor of safety, we need to divide the term sigma E divided by n. So n is the factor of safety. In the most of the problems, we need to divide the equation by n, factor of safety. Okay. And the second theory is maximum normal strain theory or principal strain theory or Saint-Venant theory. So in this equation, you need to understand the keywords only. Okay, the remaining you can write by self. Subjected to combined action of normal and shear stress occur when the maximum principal strain became to equal to maximum strain of the material. Okay, the maximum principal strain equal to maximum strain. Here the theory itself called principal strain theory. Okay, so we can write the maximum principal strain equal to the maximum strain of the material in a simple tension test. Okay, equation is given in the data book. I have taken the equation and written here. While writing notes, you also write in your notebook the equations and get familiar with the data book. While doing problem, we need to take these equations. Okay. Similarly, if we consider the factor of safety, we need to divide the term sigma E with n. The remaining part will be the same. Okay. And the next theory is maximum shear stress theory or Tresca's theory or gust theory or shear difference theory. Okay. So in this, a machine component subjected to normal and shear stress failure occur when this is shear stress theory, right? The shear stress of the component become equal to the shear stress experienced by the material. Okay, this is shear stress theory. So the shear stress of the material component become equal to shear stress experienced by the material. So the equation is given in the data book. Just go to the page number data. So before explaining the theory itself, I have shown you the equations of each of the theories of failure in data book, and that is very important than the theory part. Okay. So next one is maximum shear energy theory or distortion theory or von Mises theory. So this is a maximum shear energy. Okay. So the description will be a failure of a machine component subjected to action of combined normal and shear stress occur when the maximum what when the maximum strain energy or distortion when the maximum strain energy distortion per unit volume is equal to the shear energy per unit shear strain energy per unit volume in a simple tension test. Okay, just understand the sentence and familiarize the equation, that is important. Okay, if we consider the factor of safety, divide by n is used. Okay, and the last one is maximum strain theory or Hague theory. So here this is maximum strain theory, right? So machine component subjected to normal and shear stress failure occur when the strain energy per unit volume become equal to strain energy per unit volume of the material. Strain energy of the component become equal to strain energy per unit volume of the material in simple tension test. So here also the equation is given in the data book. I have taken the equation written here, and in case we are considering the factor of safety, we will divide the term sigma E divided by n. Okay, no need to by hurting all these things, just understand and familiarize. You can write the theory also from the data book, that equations, everything you can take from the data book. Okay, so next is I have listed some difference of ductile and brittle fracture. So I think no need of explaining all these simple things is very important, and but it's very easy. So I had already explained the basic difference of ductile and brittle fracture. So here I list out more points, so you just read it. I'll show on the screen. Okay, all these things are very easy, and just know if we in examination point of view they may ask for 4 marks what's the difference between ductile and brittle fracture. So for 4 marks you need to write at least 8 points, right? So in that point of view, just write notes and keep in mind all these things. So the problems are very important in case of design, so I will explain all the things with more important, other things you just read and keep in mind. Okay, and next I will go with a problem. So a bolt is designed to take up a direct tensile load of 30 kilonewton and shear load of 16 kilonewton with a factor of safety of 4. So yield strength of material 400 megapascal. Calculate the size of bolt based on the various theories of failure. So based on all the theories of failure we have studied or we have discussed just in the starting of this video, we need to find the dimensions of bolt based on all the theories of failure and take the best one. Okay, so we will write what are the things given: the force tensile, that force, shear force, factor safety, yield stress. Okay, yield say sigma E is given. Then we need to find the diameter, right? Diameter of shaft. So yield, axial stress and axial force and shear force is given. So initially we need to find the axial stress, direct stress. It is, we know, is equal to F by A. Okay, and shear force is given, so we need to find shear stress. So next we need to find the state of stress. Okay, in this formula, in all the theories of Euler formula, it is given in terms of sigma x, sigma y, and tau xy. So we need to identify what is sigma x, what is sigma y, and what is tau xy. So here direct tensile stress is given. Okay, sigma d is given. It is taken as a sigma x. There is no sigma y equal to 0, and shear stress is given. So we take the shear stress as tau xy. Understood? Now we need to substitute in each of the theories of Euler equation. We need to take the factor of safety also. So we need to divide the sigma e divided by n, and the sigma e is known, n is known, sigma x, sigma y already we have discussed. From that we can determine the value of diameter, right? So similarly, by using each theories of formula equation, we are finding the value of diameter. So theories of Euler equation I have already discussed. It's just simply substitute in the equation and we will get the diameter. Okay, this is a diameter based on second theory. So next one is maximum strain theory or strain invariance theory. You write the equation there. Everything is known, sigma x and sigma y in terms of d. So you can calculate the diameter. So this is a diameter based on the strain invariance theory. Next theory is distortion energy theory. Equation is written and again give a substitution, and finally we get another d. Okay, and simple substitution. And last theory is strain energy or Hague theory. There also one difference is there. It is based on sigma 1 and sigma 2. Sigma 1 and sigma 2. What is sigma 1 and sigma 2? Sigma 1 and sigma 2 are maximum and minimum principal stress. Equation already we know. It's lies in page number 5. Equation 1.8c and 1.8d. So substituting that we get sigma 1 and sigma 2. So substituting that sigma 1 and sigma 2 in this equation, we will get the value of diameter. Okay, just simple substitution is there. You will get the value of diameter. So now list out all the values of diameter you got using the each of the theories of failure. So maximum normal stress theory, you got see this one. Maximum shear stress theory, you got this one. So maximum strain, you got this one. Distortion energy 22.8, strain energy 22.48. So based on that we need to write the size of the bolt, right? So for that, page number 142 you have to take 142 page number and table 9.8 and column 5 and 3. So based on this page number 142 table 9.8 column 5.3, 21.68 correspond to M24, 23.63 correspond to M27. Likewise you need to write each of the bolt size in metric standard. So from that you have to take the maximum size. So here the maximum size is M27. So that is given here. So the maximum, so the maximum diameter can be taken is to M27. So more problems will be discussed in our online session, and just understand the basics of theories of failure and where the equation is lying and where the standard values are getting. So just understand the basics and familiar with the equations and get ready. We will do the more problems in our online session. Okay, bye.